On a quiet, sunny afternoon in a small town, a little girl rode her squeaky, old bike down a dusty street, struggling to keep it upright. Every wobble and clatter made her eyes fill with frustration, and she stopped in front of a tiny garage at the corner. Inside, a poor mechanic named Raj was wiping grease off his hands, unaware that this day would change his life forever. He noticed the girl peeking in nervously, her tiny hands clutching the handlebar. She explained, in the softest voice, that her bike was broken and she didn't have money to fix it. Raj felt a pang of empathy and, without hesitation, promised her he would repair it for free. As he worked, tightening bolts and oiling the chain, Raj couldn't help but smile at her excitement. Little did he know, this simple act of kindness would set off a chain of events he never imagined. Across town, someone was quietly watching, noticing the good deed, and what happened next would completely turn Raj's world upside down. The little girl's eyes sparkled as the bike started rolling smoothly again, but just as she took off down the street, something unexpected happened that left everyone in shock. Raj froze, staring in disbelief, unsure of what he had just witnessed. In that moment, his ordinary day as a humble mechanic was about to take an extraordinary turn. Stay tuned, because what happens next is not just about a broken bike, it's about a life changing forever, and you won't want to miss a single second of this incredible story. As the little girl pedaled away, Raj watched her with a sense of pride and satisfaction. Helping people, even in small ways, had always been his quiet joy. Yet, the sight of a sleek black car slowly rolling to a stop at the end of the street snapped him out of his moment. The car window rolled down, and a well-dressed man stepped out, his eyes fixed on Raj. There was something about the intensity of his gaze that made Raj uneasy. Raj wiped his hands again, trying to brush off the sudden tension, but the man didn't approach immediately. Instead, he spoke into a phone, glancing repeatedly toward the garage, as if giving instructions. Raj couldn't hear the words, but the tone, is serious, almost urgent, made his stomach twist. He went back inside, pretending to work on another bike, but curiosity gnawed at him. Who was this man? And why was he so interested in a simple repair for a little girl's bike? The girl, meanwhile, rode through the neighborhood, unaware of the attention she had attracted. Her laughter echoed through the streets, but behind her, Raj noticed shadows moving, neighbors whispering, children pointing. Something about this day didn't feel ordinary anymore. Raj leaned against the workbench, thoughts racing. He had always believed that hard work and honesty were enough, but the events of the past hour hinted at something much bigger. He couldn't shake the feeling that his life was about to change in ways he had never imagined, all because of a simple act of kindness. And deep down, he feared that once the truth came out, nothing would ever be the same again. Raj couldn't focus on his work. Every sound outside the garage, footsteps, car engines, even the wind rustling through the trees, felt like a warning. He kept glancing toward the street, trying to catch another glimpse of the little girl or the mysterious man in the black car. His neighbors whispered behind closed doors, throwing curious looks toward the garage, and he began to feel like he was at the center of something much larger than a broken bike. Inside the small garage, Raj's mind raced. How could a simple act of kindness draw this much attention? He remembered the little girl's wide-eyed smile and the hope in her voice when she had asked him for help. That innocent moment now seemed like the spark that had set something in motion, something beyond his understanding. Meanwhile, rumors were already spreading through the town, people speculating about the well-dressed man, the little girl, and Raj's involvement. Some whispered that the girl was connected to someone important, others believed Raj had stumbled upon an opportunity that could change his life overnight. Even the girl's parents seemed unusually anxious, showing up at the garage under the guise of gratitude, but Raj noticed the tension in their eyes. Were they aware of the attention their daughter had drawn, or was this unfolding drama catching them off guard too? As night fell, the shadows around the garage grew longer, and Raj realized he wasn't alone. The black car had returned, and this time, the man didn't hide behind his phone. He stepped out, looking directly at Raj, a mix of urgency and expectation in his eyes. Raj's hands trembled slightly as he faced the moment he had sensed all day, the point where his ordinary life and an extraordinary future were about to collide. The garage felt smaller somehow, shadows stretching across the walls as the man in the black suit approached. Raj's heart pounded in his chest, every instinct telling him that this was the moment everything could change or crumble. The man stopped just inside the doorway, eyes scanning the tools, the bikes, and finally resting on Raj himself. He didn't speak at first, only studied him, like he was weighing something important. Outside, the little girl had returned, pedaling slowly, her face curious but cautious. She had noticed the car and the man, and something in her expression told Raj that she knew more than she let on. He wanted to protect her, to explain that none of this was her fault, but the words wouldn't come. His hands itched to fix bikes, not navigate mysteries or life-altering moments. The man finally spoke, his voice calm but carrying a weight that made Raj flinch. "Do you know who she is?" he asked. Raj shook his head, confusion mixing with a growing sense of dread. The man's eyes narrowed. "You've done something very rare today. Something people usually don't do without expecting something in return. That act has set things in motion, things that could change your life forever." Raj's mind raced. Was this an opportunity or a threat? The whispers from the neighbors, the tense faces of the girl's parents, the mysterious black car, all of it pressed in around him. He felt trapped between his simple, honest life and a world he didn't understand, where every choice could have consequences he hadn't imagined. The little girl's bike rested silently nearby, gleaming under the dim lights, a symbol of innocence that had started this chain of events. Raj took a deep breath, knowing the next few moments would decide more than just the fate of a small-town mechanic, they could decide his entire future. Just as Raj was trying to steady his racing thoughts, the sound of a phone ringing broke the tense silence. The well-dressed man pulled a sleek phone from his pocket, glanced at it, and his expression shifted, sharp, urgent, almost alarmed. "It seems there's more to this than I realized," he muttered, more to himself than to Raj. Before Raj could ask what he meant, the man's eyes flicked toward the little girl, who had stopped a few feet away, holding her bike tightly. Raj felt a chill run down his spine. Suddenly, the girl's parents appeared again, but this time their demeanor had changed. They weren't just anxious, they looked scared. They whispered hurriedly to the man, glancing nervously at Raj as if warning him to stay back. Raj's mind spun. Was the girl really just a child who needed help, or was there something bigger at play that he had stumbled into? The man turned to Raj, his voice low but intense. "You don't understand yet. That bike, that act of kindness, it's tied to something much bigger. Powerful people are watching, and they will come looking for it." Raj's stomach sank. He had only wanted to help a little girl, and now he realized that his simple gesture had pulled him into a storm far beyond his small garage. Outside, headlights flashed across the dusty street, and a car slowly approached, moving with deliberate caution. Raj could feel the tension thickening in the air. Everything he thought he knew about the day, the girl, and even himself, was shifting. The quiet afternoon had turned into a moment of reckoning, and he knew, deep down, that his life and the girl's were about to change in ways neither of them could have imagined. The approaching car stopped abruptly in front of the garage, dust swirling around its tires. Raj's heart pounded, his hands trembling as the man in the black suit stepped forward. This time, there was no hesitation in his gaze, only purpose. "It's time you understand the full impact of what you've done," he said, reaching into his pocket and pulling out an envelope. Raj took it, curiosity mixing with fear. Inside were photos of the little girl with her bike, snapshots that seemed ordinary at first, but then he noticed something shocking. One photo showed her riding past a small warehouse with a group of people waiting, all eyes fixed on her. "You helped her, yes," the man continued, "but that act was noticed by someone far more important than me. The kindness you showed has triggered a chain reaction. That bike belonged to a program supporting children from difficult circumstances, and your repair ensured her safe passage today. Because of you, she avoided danger no one else could have seen coming." Raj felt a mix of relief and disbelief. His simple gesture, which he thought meant so little, had actually saved a child's life. Tears pricked his eyes as the girl ran back, smiling, oblivious to the magnitude of what had just occurred. Her parents hugged her tightly, gratitude shining in their eyes, and even the mysterious man nodded with approval. But just as Raj thought the storm had passed, a sudden beep from the man's phone broke the moment. He looked grim. "There's someone else, watching. And now, they know about you." Raj's stomach dropped. Relief and triumph collided with a new, chilling uncertainty. What had started as a small act of kindness had changed his life, but it also had opened a door he wasn't ready to face. Raj stood frozen for a moment, the weight of everything pressing down on him. The little girl tugged at his sleeve, her laughter cutting through the tension. "Thank you," she said simply, her eyes full of innocent trust. That small gesture reminded Raj why he had helped her in the first place, and it grounded him amidst the chaos. He realized that sometimes, even the smallest act of kindness can ripple far beyond what anyone imagines.